Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Community Journal. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate that. And here we are in the middle of August
I can't
already.
believe it. I don't know where the summer has
It
gone.
just keeps on going.
Yes, and everyone is saying it, and it has been beautiful weather. I mean, we did have the storm, and there have
Other
been
than
some very
that,
hot days,
yeah,
but it's been a beautiful summer
yeah, it
all
really
in all,
has.
yeah.
A little bit dry. I mean, we could use a little
No,
bit more rain,
that's true.
but that's okay. It can't be perfect.
That's right.
That's for sure. We have an interesting show for you today, and we're going to start it off with Cindy Williams and Dinah. They sat down together to give us an update as to what's going on down with the Chamber of Commerce. So let's take a look at that now.
Hello, I'm here with Cindy Williams for our regular chamber update, and I know there's always, of course, lots of things coming up. However, I know we want to start by talking about the tornado and the incredible response to the tornado.
I did. I wanted to acknowledge, because it's so very important for all of our residents and local businesses to really show some appreciation. You know, it was,
Absolutely.
you know, as the fire chief had said right at the beginning after a lot of it started, we had 10 minutes. And from the fire, the police, to the DPW, all the different departments that make up the DPW, I just want to really make sure people, if you see them still out helping clean up, which they are, in your neighborhood, just go out and say thank you. Show some appreciation, because we're so very fortunate and truly blessed with the team that we have in our community. So I just wanted to start today by just thanking everyone. I'm trying to put together some little thank you for them down at the chamber, maybe coffee and something, to just stop in, because we really truly thank you for everything that you did to help us get back so quickly, and to help our businesses get back so quickly. So thank you very much for that.
Yes, that's so important, and I have heard so many people actually say they thought it was an extraordinary response, and
It
they were
was.
impressed by how quickly things got cleared up, and that's a nice thing to hear.
It is, because, you know, like I said, we're truly blessed with everyone that we have, our first responders. So
We are.
that's how I wanted to start today, so thank you. But as you said, we always have something going on. Never a dull moment at the chamber, correct? But we have 4 more Port Summer nights. And
So summer isn't quite over yet.
summer's not over.
Oh, that's fabulous.
You know, there's 4 more, 3 Wednesdays, and then something we started last year was we did it last year the first Wednesday, just keeping with the Wednesday idea, but being that Wednesday is usually the first day of school, we're going to do the first Friday in September, and it'll be 5 to 8 opposed to the 6 to 9. And this is a thank you to the locals and the residents, because, you know, it's so very busy, but we know that they enjoy it as well. So
So that's September 6th?
September 6th, it'll be 5 to 8, and that will be our last music in Harwich Port for this season, which has been well received as always. I know everyone missed it the night of, or the Wednesday of the tornado week, but you know, couldn't help that one. But we've been very, very fortunate. We haven't had to, knock on wood, cancel any of them. So you've got 4 more opportunities to come down and enjoy the music in Harwich Port. So
Great.
and then fall for Harwich.
Yes.
I dread it. I don't dread
Oh,
fall. I just can't believe that there we are in fall already. But
Yes, well, we're certainly talking about it
We
at this
are.
point, because it's going to be so fun.
it is. And, you know, a couple of things. Fall for Harwich is September 1st to October 31st. But this year, when I sent everything into the Chronicle, I noticed that this year's Harwich Historical Society antique sale that they do every year is actually not in September, it's August 31st. So August 31st is going to kick off Fall for Harwich.
Okay.
So if you
Fall
do...
for Harwich Eve.
Exactly. So August 31st, 10 to 4, is the annual Historical Society's antique show, and that's here at the community center. So that's always very, very popular. But in September, we kick off Fall for Harwich with Beach Day, which is part of the Harwich Cranberry Festival, and I always look forward to that. It gets me out of the office. I get to paint shells and rocks with all the kids, which is a lot of fun. Then September 8th, Sunday, is the parade. I can't reveal our Grand Marshal, but we do have one. We have to let that person know. But we're very excited. The theme this year is Celebrating Harwich Then and Now. So if you want to be a part of the parade, I have the registration forms at the chamber, and the parade is 11:30, same time, same route. We come out of Freeman, down 28, up Doan, we cross Sisson, going to south, and enter through the elementary school and end at the cultural center. So again, if you want to be part of the parade, reach out to us. We're super excited.
That's a big weekend.
It is a big weekend. It usually is. So we have Beach Day Saturday, Parade Sunday, and then a little reprieve during the week. And then is the Craft Festival on Saturday and Sunday, which is September 14th and 15th, at behind the community center, which has worked out tremendous. And then that Saturday night, this is our third year, the Chamber, presenting the fireworks once again. And we're very blessed to have great sponsors, which I will be announcing shortly for that as well. So the only other thing, really, I didn't want to dive into Christmas yet, but I do want to make everyone aware, and I'm sure many people do know, that there's a wastewater construction
Project.
project coming up in
Yes,
East
there
Harwich.
is.
But I just want to make everyone aware that businesses will be open during this time, so we will make sure we're working with the contractor, which is a Harwich local-based company, Robert B. Auer, and the police and the businesses, to just make sure we get the word out that all these businesses will be open. So, you know, if you need to go buy a new carpet or floor coverings with RPM, you'll be able to get there. If you want to go get your paint supplies at Harwich Paint and Decorating, you can. Terry's
It's not
TV.
shutting things down.
They're not going to shut it down.
Right. And I
So-
understand it's been delayed by a couple of weeks. Is that right? I saw
I want to
something
say it
about that.
starts August 19th. So that's next week, and
Okay.
it's different phases. But right now, that piece is going to start down by Cemetery Road. So
right.
again, we're really going to work closely with all the partners to get that out, because it is important that people understand that you can still get to all those great shops, and everyone is open in Harwich Port. I mean, East Harwich. Which village am I in?
And the project is so important.
It is.
So
And
it will be great to have it done. And,
it will be.
We'll have to put up with a little inconvenience perhaps, but it's going to be so great.
But it will be in the end when it is done. And then a couple of great upcoming events that we are a part of with some of the partners in our wonderful 7 villages. Tuesday, August 27th at the Cultural Center, 5 to 7, is Visions of Captain's Row. It's watercolors of the beautiful captains' homes that are there. So I certainly hope that everyone will join us for that. We're excited for that.
I peeked at those yesterday. They're so beautiful.
They are.
Really beautiful.
So we're excited for that. I do do a monthly newsletter that certainly sign up on our website to receive that. It is full of everything that happens in the 7 villages, because there is, each one has something happening, and it's wonderful for everyone to experience. So please go onto our website, which is www.harwichcc.com. Sign up and you'll be able to get our monthly newsletter.
Great. Okay.
I think that, I mean, that's a quick
Well,
wrap up.
We have a packed couple of months
We
ahead.
do have a packed couple of months.
Lots of things happening.
A lot
so.
of things happening. Next month, we'll be talking further into the year.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming in, Cindy.
Thanks, Dinah.
Yeah. This is Dinah Lane for Harwich Channel 18. Thanks so much.
And we thank Cindy and Dinah for sitting down and bringing us up to date. A lot of information there.
Wow, so much going on. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah, it really is. And I guess the wastewater project is really starting over in East
Yes,
Harwich.
yes.
And, you know, people just need to be aware of it. But I guess the signage is really good. And it's not going to disrupt traffic too badly. And you can get at all the shops. So, you know, that's really good that they've engineered that. So all of that can happen.
And it's well worth the inconvenience that it'll cause for a few weeks. Because
Sure
it
is.
really is a project that needs to be done.
It
Dinah
sure
pointed
is.
out,
And
yeah.
those folks that have real sewerage, their house is going to be worth a lot more.
That's true. See? Always looking on the positive side.
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you have there, Eileen?
Oh, I've got lots. As we've mentioned several times on the show, the new Seaside Marketplace at Saquatucket Marina is now open, and I think it's pretty much fully rented for the rest of the season. Rain or shine, you can go down there. for summer shopping from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening. There are new vendors and new art almost every day. So please take advantage and go down and help out our artists in residence there. And I think it's going to continue through the Labor Day weekend.
I believe
and then,
so,
yeah,
yeah.
the shacks will close. But if you need more information, you can call 774-212-3482. And it's located at 715 Main Street, Harwichport.
Wow, very good. And
Yes.
that is just a bustling little area
It's
down
just
there.
amazing
It's great.
what they
yeah.
did with it.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah.
And do I see something about fall?
I can't believe it,
Oh, my
but
goodness.
here we go with the fall leaves.
Oh my goodness.
Fall Frolic with the Sand Dunes, a date to put on your calendar. Friday, September 27th, from 6 to 8 p.m., you'll be able to enjoy the live big band music, dancing, and refreshments with the Sound Dunes Swing Ensemble. RSVP is required, so you will need to contact the Council on Aging at 508-430-7550, and I assume that it's here at the community center.
I believe so. It
Yes.
doesn't say on that, but I bet it is.
Yes, I
Yeah.
assume it is, because it is sponsored by the Council on Aging.
Yep.
And besides that phone number, you can also contact Emily Mitchell at emitchell, M-I-T-C-H-E-L-L, at town.harwich.ma.us.
Very good.
So that's Friday, December 27th, 6 to 8 p.m., and the event is free.
September 27th. Yeah,
What did I say?
December.
Oh, it's September, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
See, Cindy shouldn't have talked about Christmas in Harwich because it just put December right in my head.
Oh my goodness. That's okay. I'm sure now it's even.
Just kidding, Cindy.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, now comes the time again this year. This is a very popular program. It's the Citizens Police Academy. This happens every year and it fills up very quickly. The Harwich Police sponsor this. They run it. They do a wonderful job. And, you know, as I said, it fills up very quickly. I believe you can pick up an application. You have to fill out an application. And there are certain prerequisites before you can even apply. So all of the prerequisites are listed on the application. So it's a good idea to, if you are interested, to get a hold of one. They are available, I believe, here at the community center and also, of course, at the police department headquarters. And, you know, this year, again, as always, it's going to be full and it's going to be very valuable for whoever joins this. Completed applications should be returned as soon as possible to Lieutenant Kevin Considine, Harwich Police Department, 183 Sisson Road, Harwich, 02645. So pick up your application if you're interested, and it's really a great learning experience.
We have friends that have gone to it, and it does fill up fast. So if you're interested, get in your application.
That's right. Very good. We move now to our next piece, and we showed this before, and it was so interesting.
Yes, about the Cape Cod Chamber Orchestra.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is really a wonderful group, headed by Matt Sinto, or Matt Sinto will talk to us about it. So let's take a look again about the Cape Cod Chamber Orchestra.
Hello, I'm here today with Matt Sinto from the Cape Cod Chamber Orchestra. Very excited to be talking with you. I've heard so much about your group and I'm looking forward so much to hearing you soon. But I know you have 3 very special concerts coming up as a benefit, and we wanted to hear specifically about those, and then I'd like to talk a little bit about how you formed the orchestra, et cetera. But why don't we talk first about the benefit? It's called Brandenburgs by the Sea.
Yes, I'm excited for this weekend. It's going to be very busy and fun weekend for the orchestra, and a wonderful opportunity for us to raise money for Champ Homes. If you haven't heard of Champ Homes in Hyannis, they've been around, I believe, since 1991. They provide not only means for shelter for homeless people on Cape Cod, but they also do a very important thing, which is providing life skills, vocational opportunities, mentoring, and giving folks who are down on their feet an opportunity to, I guess, move on to a
Yeah.
new and better chapter in their
So
life.
really homeless prevention as well.
Yes, yes, it's
Yes.
an important part of their mission.
Right.
So I'm happy to be helping to support what they're doing here.
It's a
in
wonderful,
Hyannis.
wonderful organization, and it's great that you're combining your efforts with theirs. So it's terrific. So the concerts are actually going to be held on the 16th, 17th, and 18th in 3 different venues.
Yes.
Okay, and the first one is in Sandwich, at the Sandwich Town Hall on the 16th. And the second is at the Federated Church in Hyannis. And the third is at St. Christopher's Episcopal Church in Chatham.
So you have 3 different options. You could, by all means, come to all of the concerts. And believe it or not, even though we're performing the same music, they will all be different.
Of course.
It's just the wonderful thing about classical music and hearing a orchestra live is it's, at least, I mean, the musicians don't always like it, but I'm kind of spontaneous
I see.
kind of guy. So, and really, all of the music on the program, 2 Brandenburg concertos that will be performing by Bach, Tchaikovsky's String Serenade, and Grieg's Holberg Suite.
The Grieg,
all
the Grieg
just
is so beautiful.
beautiful
as well.
piece,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it fits very well with this program, especially with the Bach. And music for strings, I'm a violist originally, so I kind of have a little bit of an affinity for real true string orchestra literature.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
just wonderful, wonderful program, and our musicians are really world class. A lot of them play locally in the Cape Symphony.
Yes.
I've played with the New York Philharmonic and the Boston Symphony. I mean, these are really tremendous, tremendous players. And
they've gathered here to do this with you.
yes, it's right.
Which is really,
They've
really
come
great.
along for the ride
Yeah.
over the past year or so.
So do you conduct these concerts?
I do, I
Yes.
do. The Bach pieces would be a little silly with the conductor, so they play that on their own because
Right.
they're smaller
Yes.
in scale. But the Tchaikovsky and the Grieg Holberg Suite, traditionally do have conductors, so I get to do something with them, which is just
yeah.
which is good.
It'll be nice for you to be up there, although obviously you're doing a lot
Yeah.
to get them together. How many players will be performing in these concerts?
We'll have 16 musicians for this, which is really, it's about half the size of our orchestra. Traditionally, we have around 30, between 30, 35
And which instruments
musicians.
will be
This is
represented?
all string music, so we'll have violins and violas and cellos and 1 bass player as well, and me, although I make no sound. I like to think of myself as part of the makeup in some way.
Do you
Yeah.
speak before the pieces are played?
I do. And
Give a little
this is
background.
part of my philosophy about, I mean, really about an orchestra and being an arts organization is I don't really expect people to, do a lot of research before they come to a concert. It's nice. It's nice to be able to speak a little bit about the pieces, but I don't like to overload people with lots of information because I think it does, and sometimes it can be a little detrimental to the musical experience where you kind of throw out all this information and people are like, but really the best thing you can do to enjoy music is just listen to
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Come with an open mind.
Well, they're
and-
all 4 of the pieces that you're playing are absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
It
gonna
won't
be-
take much to
draw people in.
I mean, I think from the first note, you'll
Yeah.
have a sense of understanding, even if you've never even heard this music before.
I think so too. Yeah, really beautiful. So let's see. You were going to tell me how you got this started. How did you get this started? I noticed it's called a collaborative
Yes,
orchestra.
and part of our mission and what I had in mind when I started the group was to work with different organizations on Cape Cod, not only in a charitable way, such as we're doing with Champ Homes, but also through this composer residency that I've established with the group. So it's an opportunity for a composer to come along with the orchestra and commission a piece or pieces throughout the season with other organizations or individuals on Cape Cod. It was all an experiment when I kind of, because it's new music. I think in the classical music world historically has been kind of a difficult sell for audiences, but I've found on Cape Cod more people come to our concerts, not to hear Beethoven or Mozart and these famous composers, but to hear the new piece that we're writing.
Yeah.
So last year we did a project with the Guild of Harwich Artists, where we selected 3 painters and 3
That's
paintings
right,
and
that's
did
right,
this
yes.
collaborative concert. And we had a piece of art, and Francis Snyder, our composer for last year, wrote a set of 3 pieces with 3 different artists. And it's a nice event. It brings
Yes.
the community together in a way that really didn't exist before. It provides them, I think, is very important for our art and our work as artists, which is contemporary music.
Yes.
For whatever reason, classical music, unlike visual arts or dance or literature, doesn't always embrace contemporary artists.
That's true. That's true.
And I think
Yeah.
instead of trying to shy away from that, we have to look, I think it's the most important way that we're going to move ourselves, not only the chamber orchestra, but other arts organizations
Right.
into the future. It's important to be performing new music, but to give a perspective of an artist writing music in 2019 is important.
Yes.
Beethoven, when he was writing music in the 19th century, was giving a perspective of someone living in Austria, in Vienna, writing music, and his music is influenced by that. So to
Yes.
not have that going on and that exchange of ideas
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
I think it's critical.
I think that's a great viewpoint, and I'm thinking about you're saying that each of the concerts, even though you're playing the same repertoire, each time will be different, and it's because it's a dynamic process too.
Exactly,
I
it's
mean,
very
playing-
organic.
Very organic and very dynamic in between the players and also a composer. So
Right.
it's
And
really an exciting thing.
And,
to see new
and for
work as
me,
well.
the audience is the most
That
important
adds another
component
whole
of this.
element.
Because I had this conversation with someone, we could not play a concert with no audience.
No,
I don't think
right. It
things
feeds
would.
upon. Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah,
I mean, and there's things you rehearse a piece and you try to reach a certain level of
Proficiency,
right, but it's never the same as when you have people.
Right. It's the energy in the room. Really.
It is. It creates
is.
an atmosphere that doesn't exist without that. So.
Yep. It's very true. Well, it's why so many people love coming to live music, and this is why I would recommend these concerts
Thank you.
heartily, both for the benefit aspect of it for the Champ Homes, which sounds like a wonderful, wonderful organization, but also to hear you and your players, because it sounds like a really great newish thing on the Cape.
Yeah,
I think
thank
it would
you.
be great for us to forward this. So, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yep. This is Dinah Lane for Harwich Channel 18. Thanks so much.
Well, again, we showed that last week, but it was worth showing it again.
Definitely, and it's happening
What a
this
talented
weekend.
guy, and it
I
is this
know.
weekend. And
Yeah.
if you can at all make it, you really should. Talented guy, that is great. Cape Cod Chamber Orchestra. They have such a nice sound, really do. What do you have, Eileen?
Well, I have a couple of things. The Wingate at Harwich is hosting a family fun barbecue at Brooks Park. Sounds good. Thursday, August 29th, 2 to 6 p.m. And of course, Brooks Park is at 1 Oak Street in Harwich. And they're going to be firing up the grill for an afternoon of barbecue favorites and family fun at Brooks Park. Come on out for tasty food, live entertainment, cool prizes, and even a bouncy house for the kids. So it sounds great for
Yeah, it
all
does,
ages.
yeah.
But you do need to RSVP, and that would be to Lindsay Allard by Thursday, August 29th. So you would do that by calling 508-430-1717 or going online to Allard at wingatesrc.com. So I would use the phone number, 508-430-1717, and talk to Lindsay and let her know that you might like to go. That's Thursday, August 29th, 2 to 6 p.m.
Very good.
Yes.
We had also announced this last week, but I found out some new information.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's a great privilege for the town of Harwich to welcome President Francisco Walter Tavares. And he's from the island of Brava, the Republic of Cape Verde. He's going to be speaking here on August 28th, Wednesday at 6 p.m., right here at the Community Center. And come to find out that the Cape Verdeans managed to get here with the Brava fleet of ships at the time. They were packet ships, and this was in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And one of the last and most famous ships of that fleet is the Ernestina, the official tall ship of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
And that ship is now preserved and berthed in New Bedford.
For heaven's sakes.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So this
Wow.
guy will be extremely interesting to listen to. Again, Wednesday, August 28th at 6 p.m. right here at the Community Center.
Very good.
Yeah,
And I have one more date, Jack.
go right ahead.
Yes, and it's as Cindy said at the top of the show, the Harwich Historical Society is going to be holding their annual antique show and sale on August 31st, Saturday, from 10 to 4 at the Harwich Community Center. There'll be 30-plus dealers, delicious lunches available, and the proceeds benefit the Harwich Historical Society. And I don't think you have to RSVP or anything. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
The Senior Corps of Volunteer Program of Elder Services of Cape Cod and the Islands is hosting a food drive for the Cape and Islands Veterans Outreach Center's food pantry. It's called September 11th Day of Service and Remembrance Project. That's really nice to call it that, that's for sure. The Veterans Food Pantry is in need of any shelf-stable items. In other words, nothing perishable. The collection point is right here at the Harwich Community Center, 100 Oak Street in Harwich. The collection starts August 14th, which is presently, and ends on September 11th.
Oh.
If you need more information, you can contact Mary Ann Ryan, Senior Corps RSVP Director, and her email is capital MARYANNE @ESCCI.org. And I would say the phone number may be a better route, 508-394-4630. That's 508-394-4630. And, that sounds like a nice thing if you can contribute to that.
Yes, definitely.
Our final piece today, we're going to go back to Ann Carpenter at the library, and she's going to bring us up to date about what's going on with youth services at the library. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Ann Carpenter, Youth Services Librarian, here to talk about some of the upcoming free programs at the Brooks Free Library this week. On August 16th at 2:30, we're going to have a craft making ribbon jellyfish. So we're gonna, they look really neat because they've got the ribbons all flowing down just like the jellyfish do. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Saturday, August 17th, we will be having a Minute to Win It challenge at 2:30. So we'll have a whole bunch of different Minute to Win It games. You've got 1 minute to do something really silly, like who can balance the most marshmallows on their head in 1 minute, or who can use a straw to suck up the most Smarties into a cup in 1 minute. They're very quick, they're very fun. Because each one only lasts 1 minute, it's going to be a bit of a drop-in program. So anytime between 2:30 to 3:30, you can drop in with your family and see who in your family can be the silliest, pretty much. And that, again, is Saturday, August 17th at 2:30. Monday, August 19th, also at 2:30, we have our middle school craft. This is for grades 5 through high school. They're slightly more sophisticated crafts that take a little more, just a higher level. And this week we're going to be using one of my new favorite crafting materials, which is alcohol inks. They are a lot of fun to play with. They mix together really well, and it's just kind of a different experience. On August 20th, which is Tuesday at 2:30, we're going to be doing some tie-dye. You need to bring your own white article of clothing. We recommend t-shirts, but anything that you have that's white, if you want to dye socks or shoelaces, go for it. We'll provide all the tie-dyeing supplies, and we'll have a lot of fun. Everyone keep your fingers crossed that it does not rain that day, because I would much rather do it outside, but it is a Rain or Shine program. It is free, of course, as is all of our library programs. On Wednesday, August 21st, we are going to be doing some Lego fun, where we bring out our bazillions of Legos and let everybody have a good time free playing with so many Legos. There's just so many I can't talk. I have a hard time even discussing it. And then Thursday, August 22nd at 2:30, we're going to be doing ice cream in a baggie, which if you've never done this before is a lot of fun. You put all of the ingredients together and you shake it, shake it, shake it, and at the end you get a sort of soft serve textured ice cream out of the deal that you just made yourself. I did this with some middle schoolers last week as part of our school time programming, and multiple of the kids came upstairs and told the other staff, this was the best ice cream I have ever had. So you have it on good authority that it's going to be tasty. We have our regular preschool programs going on. Mother Goose on the Loose is Mondays at 10:30, and Story Time is Friday at 10:30. And of course, the summer reading program is in full swing, but it is not too late to sign up. Every time you read for 2.5 hours, you can get a free book and a small prize, and you can do that as many times over the summer as you wish. As always, if you have any questions about any of our programs, you can call us at 508-430-7562, extension 2, or visit us online at brooksfreelibrary.org.
Well, we appreciate Ann bringing us up to date as to the youth services at the library.
And on they go.
Yeah,
and
they
it's
do
very
such a
much
wonderful job.
appreciated,
They really
all
do.
they do.
Folks, that is our show for this week. We really appreciate you tuning us in on behalf of all of us here on Channel 18. Thank you.
And please take advantage of everything going on in our little town of Harwich.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye
Have
for
a good
now.
week.